next day.
I'm so tired. I can barely keep my eyes open.
Keep them peeled. There are still some monks wandering around.
Aren't they supposed to be closing their cells?
Exactly. They'll come up with all sorts of excuses. But don't trust a word they say. It's like when we laid siege to Vilnius with the Lithuanians. Only this is a regular cloister.
Aren't the Lithuanians our enemies?
Mostly they're godless swines. But you'd have to be there to understand. Nonetheless, the rules are the same. No one goes in or out. Just don't start shooting right away.
Best of luck. Take care.
God be with you.
I hear you and Dinesh are having a bit of a dispute over food supplies for the infirmary.
A dispute? Is that what he told you?
Well, not in those words exactly.
I really would like to help, but you must understand that I can't. No one knows how long the monastery will stay closed. The whole convent has to live off the supplies, and if we are to endure, we all have to tighten our belts.
And what about the abbot? Will he tighten his belt too, or is he exempt?
Don't insult his grace in my presence. Father Jan fasts regularly and sets an example for us all.
Since you brought up the supplies, how much is actually left? Are we talking days, weeks, months?
Months. Not even in my most hopeful dreams. With small portions, fasting, and assuming we don't get a hailstorm that destroys what's yet to be harvested, we'll last 2 weeks. 3 if we're lucky.
Then Albic had better get a move on. All right then. Let everyone eat a little less. But the sick must come first. Without proper food, they'll be too weak. And even the best medicine won't help them.
Medicine isn't everything. Fervent prayer has cured many a foul affliction.
Look, I know it's difficult for you, but we can't just let the poor infirm suffer in hunger. If you help me, I'll be glad to repay the favor. Is there anything I could do for you?
Well, to tell you the truth, magpies have built a nest in the tree in the monastery garden. They perch on rooftops, screech like mad, and I can't get any sleep. And they're so brazen. One of them stole my spectacles yesterday. I can't read without them.
I'll see what I can do.
All right. But make it quick.
How else can you save on food?
Other than shrinking portions and thinning out the gruel and broth with water, I can't think of much. When the Black Death ravaged the land, Solarius Vendelin ran the kitchen. They say that even though he had limited supplies, he...
What, perform miracles?
Don't blaspheme! But it's true that he kept most of the brethren alive, even with famine looming.
Where could I learn more about this Vendelin?
There might be a small manuscript in the library. He wrote it himself once, long ago. Careful.
Brother Librarian, I need your help.
What is it?
I found a recipe for an aromatic oil. Do you know where I could get the ingredients for it?
Oils are usually made of herbs. I reckon you should find everything you need for the most common recipes in Joachim's garden. Till we meet again.
Crayfish, the Poor Man's Salmon, by Salarius Vendelin. Ah, this must be what Julian was talking about. It might come in handy. Seems Vendelin at least had a sense of humor. I suppose I should look by the pond or the hatcheries. Oh, another cistern. And I still don't know where that water is coming from. Here in the middle of the monastery. I've got your spectacles.
Show me. Are they all right?
Don't worry, they're fine.
Praise the Lord. Without them, I'd be like a mole.
You're welcome.
Yes, yes. And what are you standing around for? You're going to want something in return for that little favor, aren't you?
You said you consider giving the infirmary a larger food share.
Did I say that?
Aye. In return for bringing back your spectacles from the magpie nest I had to knock down.
So, are my spectacles the only thing you found in the nest?
And there was more in there. Why?
I realized I'm missing some other things, too. Those thieving pests are smarter than I thought. Go on, then. Hand over the rest.
All right, then. So... Here. Now, what about the food?
All right. Here's your share.
damn it. They'll come up with all sorts of excuses, but don't count the words they say. It's like when we laid siege to Vilnius with the Lithuanians. And with this, we get regular cloister.
Aren't the Lithuanians our enemies?
Most of them are godless. Mines, but you'd have to be there to understand. Nonetheless, the rules are the same. No one goes in or out. Just don't start shooting right away.
Well, I'll be going now. Farewell.
Huh? Hey,
That's sorted. But maybe I'll find a few more here.
Very funny.
No, really, where are they? And the knights? Isn't there more of them?
What are you skulking around for?
You don't know, crook?
The monks are locked up in the monastery. Nobody can go in or out.
What?
God bless you, sir.
I'd like to ask you something.
Look, I don't want to meddle in anything. Go and ask Loiser over there. He knows everything.
Take care for now.
I need to ask you something.
Look, you probably shouldn't be here, right? You heard the talk. They say there's some pestilence going round.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm here. I just need to ask a few questions. You help me, I'll help you.
What do you mean?
You work here day in, day out, barely leaving the place, right? So if you ever need something, I'm your man.
Well, you said you're from the infirmary, eh? I heard you lot have all kinds of medicines over there. Proper strong stuff. I'd like to try something. Because of the plague, of course. You know what I mean. Bring me a couple of phials and I'll tell you what I know.
Look what I've got here.
Let's see. Thanks. This'll warm me up. Fix my health. So, what was it you wanted from me?
Do you mind if I ask a few questions?
Go on, while I'm still sober.
Have you noticed anything odd lately? Suspicious?
What, during work? We're at it from dusk till dawn. No time to be watching what's going on.
Sure, but while you're working, you must hear a thing or two. You know how folk chatter while they work.
Well, I suppose there are two groups of workers here. Us lot working above ground, and another lot working down in the crypt. We don't talk to each other much.
Why not?
They're a right bunch of bastards. Maybe because they've been at it longer than us. They hardly ever come up before we knock off. Some of them probably even sleep down there. Ugh.
Why are there two crews here?
We take care of everything above ground. They're dealing with that collapse into the crypt. We hardly ever see each other.
Where can I find the other crew?
Their tents are right next to the monastery wall.
Who's in charge of your lot?
Andra, our foreman. But the work's clearly laid out. He doesn't have time to be breathing down our necks all the time.
I haven't seen him around. Where can I find him?
No idea. Truth be told, I haven't seen him myself in a while.
And that doesn't strike you as odd?
You think, what, he's sick too?
Well, he's definitely not in the infirmary. Hopefully he's all right. Thanks. That'll be all. Oh. Now that looks a bit dodgy.
Come on now, you've no business here. Out. You can't.
What are you doing here?
What do you think? I'm keeping watch so no one goes inside.
And why?
Because you might end up getting hurt in there. There's an hole in the middle of the floor like the mouth of hell. If you stroll in there, gawping at the ceiling, you could fall in and break your neck.
You know there's some ailment spreading in the monastery, right? I've been sent from the infirmary to check it out. Has anything odd happened here? Something you noticed, or someone else hanging around?
Look, I don't know anything, and I don't want to. I only care about this door. But you could try Loiza. He knows just about everything going on here. He's over there, in the camp opposite.
All right. Thanks. Will you let me in?
No one's allowed in. What are you even doing here? I thought no one but us was allowed out here.
How about a small contribution for, construction expenses?
For that, I'll gladly buy a nail or two. Get it? Here's the key. But not a word to anyone. Got it?
Thanks. Much appreciated.
And watch yourself. There's more lads inside from another crew, and they want nothing to do with us. Arseholes. With a bit of luck, they'll ignore you same as us. But best not bother them.
I'll be careful.
Don't you...
I found this book in the scriptorium. Something tells me you might find it useful.
What book? Let me see.
It was written by the former Salarius, Vendelin. He saved the monastery from famine by cooking the local crayfish.
When you don't have salmon, throw in a crayfish. Makes sense to me.
That's just what Vendelin wrote. A well-prepared crayfish tastes better than most fish.
I suppose it's better than starving to death. Anyway, thanks.
I got more food for the infirmary.
Should I ask how you managed it?
Let's just say I found a source of food no one here is making use of.
Don't tell me you scraped it off the dung heap.
Don't worry. They're as fresh as can be. Prime crayfish. Straight from the pond.
You caught crayfish? Here?
Is that worse than starving?
Not at all. Let's have it then. My word. Where'd you get all that? Is there anything left for the rest of the monastery?
Doesn't matter.
True enough. This place needs it most anyway.
Curva, rain again.
What's that?
I must be mad.
I'm sick of this place.
Same here. That crypt gives me the creeps.
Who even tries sneaking in? Now of all times.
You never know.
Well, if you say so. Come on.
That's one hell of a bloody pit.
What's that? I must be mad.
Did I imagine it? What the hell was I heard? Something. Never mind.
I've got everything I need to make the plague mask. Now, just to actually make it. I hope this works.
Did I imagine it? Never mind.
Let's hope the mask does the trick. A map of the underground. They were robbing the graves. Jesus Christ. Ugh, rotting corpses. A drawing of some kind of cross. Hey? What's this?
You must know about Babel.
This crypt carries on.
Fucking hell. Why is he poking his nose into this?
Lord have mercy.
Christ, Albec. What happened? Are you all right?
I am, yes. But it looks like we've been robbed.
Why? And who did it, for Christ's sake?
Gentlemen, please. Keep it down. You're disturbing the patients. For God's sake. What happened here? What a mess.
And what do you think? Someone was clearly looking for something.
But there's nothing of value here.
Well, actually...
Albec! You brought them here? What were you thinking?
And was I supposed to leave them unsupervised?
And? Were they stolen?
Thank the Lord, no. I still had them on me.
Can someone tell me what exactly was nearly stolen?
As you know, Henry, I spent a good part of my life at King Wenceslas's court, tending to his health. Thanks to that, I learned much about his private life, what ailed him, how and when he got injured, and what treatments I used. I recorded all my findings and methods, partly in case anyone cast doubts on them, and partly for others to copy, if necessary. If these detailed records were to fall into the wrong hands, I dare not imagine the consequences.
Plenty of folk would pay handsomely for them.
Or tried to steal them for that very reason. Who could have got in and made such a mess?
I was busy tending the sick. I noticed nothing.
Nor did I, I'm afraid. There's work here for 3 more physicians.
That actually made it quite easy for the culprit.
But we still don't know who to suspect.
Surely you realize the abbot himself might be interested in those records.
Father Jan? Nonsense. We've known each other for years.
Not quite well enough. When he heard you were coming, he was pressing me to persuade you to let him read them.
But that's out of the question. Absolutely not.
That's exactly what I told him. The look on his face. If looks could kill, I'd be dead.
How did he even hear about them?
Their existence is no secret. Even King Sigismund mentioned them to me once or twice. And if he ever said anything in front of the abbot...
And the thief waited until the monastery was closed?
So, Albic isn't leaving. Even if he wanted to.
Let's not jump to conclusions. And don't start pointing fingers. Henry, go and ask Brother Benedict and Dinesh in the infirmary if they noticed anything. Maybe we'll get lucky.
All right, then. I'll return to my patients and pretend nothing's amiss. No need to alarm them over this.
Right. Agreed.
Everything's upside down.
Did you see anyone go in or out of our room?
I'm not sure. I think I saw a monk go in. I couldn't say who.
A monk? You mean Benedict?
No, it wasn't him. But hard to say. Damn it, why do they all look the same in here?
It's not exactly helpful, I know. Any idea when that was?
Roughly an hour ago. Maybe 2. Has something happened?
Damn it. Never mind. Better if you ask Zacharias.
God be with you. What do you need?
I think I need some treating.
Is that so? You don't God be with you.
Did you notice anything suspicious this past hour?
One of the sick men has been throwing up constantly, and I suspect another one's faking it to skip work.
No, I need to know if anyone's been nosing around our room.
I spent most of my time with the vomiting one, or out in the yard scrubbing his bedding. I didn't see anyone.
Someone went through our room, or rather tossed it all about. Likely looking for something.
And what about the alchemy lab? Was that turned over too?
No. I think that one's untouched.
Oh, thank God. I'll go check it anyway, just to be sure. Was anything stolen?
That's the thing. Nothing was taken, so we don't even know what they were after.
I should have been more watchful, right? I'm sorry. I promise I'll keep a better eye on things from now on.
Don't beat yourself up. It's not your fault.
God be with you.
Ah, sucker. Damn it.
Can I ask you something else?
Of course.
Thanks. That'll be all.
No problem.
Oh, Christ.
I spoke with Benedict and Dennis. Neither noticed a thing.
I thought as much. We've all had our hands full here. So, we still know nothing.
I might have something, but I'm not sure yet how it ties to those records.
What do you mean?
I went down to the crypt, and I found open tombs and rotting corpses.
Good God!
No sign of a mass grave, though. Just individual tombs.
That's both good and bad news. At least we can now rule out the plague. But if the workers caught something from the air around those tombs, then anyone else could catch it too. Why did they even open them?
They were probably looking for something inside. I found this sketch.
That looks like the emblem of the Kingdom of Jerusalem. But why would they look for it among deceased abbots? Even putting aside that it's sacrilege, I don't see the connection.
Nor do I. But there must be one, because they locked me in the crypt over it.
What?
I managed to get out and ran straight back to you. But I was interrupted by this ransacked room.
Maybe we'd better keep all this to ourselves. For now, at least. You might ask Crispin about the coat of arms too. With luck, he'll find something in the archives that sheds some light on how it all connects to those open tombs. But best do it tomorrow. This evening's been more than enough. One adventure a day is plenty.
Agreed. Let's clear up the room, then sleep.
We'll be wiser come morning.
Yapping beast. Kick its ass. You stop that, for Christ. Oh, God. Fuck's sake.
Good morning, everyone. I trust you've had a decent sleep. The sick are waiting, and being tired doesn't excuse us from our duties.
All right, give me a moment. Then we'll go and check on the patients. And where's Benedict, anyway?
If I may, gentlemen. Haven't you heard? There was a fire here last night.
A fire? Here at the monastery?
The small shed by the mill house burned down, but it was probably just an unfortunate accident. Thank the Lord it's all over now.
And no one was hurt?
Well, that's the thing. No one burned, but there were 2 men in the shed. Or rather, 2 bodies.
Bodies? Whose were they, for God's sake?
That... I don't know, sir.
Who found them? And how did he get them out?
Elijah, one of the lay brothers. He ran into the flames thinking he could save them, but they were already dead.
And what was he doing outside in the middle of the night? You don't suppose he had something to do with it?
He's never been any trouble. There's no reason to suspect him.
And how do you know they didn't die in the flames? Just because they weren't burnt to cinders doesn't prove anything.
I didn't see them, but they said there were no burns, and it didn't look like they'd suffocated either.
So, how did they end up there? What killed them? Didn't anyone tell you about them?
They were sent to be washed, but the washers noticed, signs.
How do you know about these signs? Did someone examine them?
No, they were only to be washed, but when the signs of illness were spotted, the abbot ordered them locked away in the hops store. Ludolf promised he'd send one of his men to guard the door. No one is to go near them.
That was highly irresponsible. Someone needs to examine them thoroughly. We can't afford uncertainty.
You want to bring them to the infirmary with the others? No. No, let them stay locked away somewhere separate.
Are you afraid the other sick might get even worse? At least we could have them all in one place.
Was anyone else there besides Elijah?
No, or at least no one I know of. I'll leave you to it now. If you need me, I'll be with the sick.
I'm going to. Disease? Fire? What next? A swarm of locusts?
First they ransacked my room, now this. I don't like it one bit.
Do you think the fire's got anything to do with what they were after in your chambers?
Who knows? I feel like someone wants us gone, and they're trying to frighten us into leaving.
All the more reason to get to the bottom of this.
But I can hardly go poking around myself to find out what really happened.
Don't worry. That's what I'm here for.
Well, maybe Zacharias was right after all. You never know when an aid like that might come in handy. So, what's your plan?
Quite a few things, actually. I'll take a look around the burned-down shed. There might still be some clues.
Good idea. It might have just been an accident, but it won't hurt to make sure.
What about the corpses? You said you wanted to examine them.
And that's what I'll do. We can't afford doubts when there's a deadly illness spreading.
But Benedict said the abbot forbade it, and that one of the knights is watching over them.
If he's got any sense at all, he'll understand this is serious. A proper diagnosis is key to the next step.
Whoever it is, he's still following orders. He'll know the risk if he disobeys them.
So what do you suggest I do?
Leave it to me.
So what you're saying is, use an unorthodox approach.
Well, I'm no physician like you, but I've learned a lot about the illness. I could say I'm your apprentice.
That won't be enough.
Then I'll explain to him the same way you did to me. We need to examine them and find out what was wrong with them, or we'll never get anywhere with treatment.
That's probably best. But you must examine them thoroughly. And don't be repulsed.
So, what exactly should I be looking for?
Anything unusual. You know well the symptoms the sick here have, but a keen eye may spot other signs too. If you're not sure, just try to remember what you saw. If you describe it to me later, I should be able to identify it.
I should probably speak with the lay brother who pulled the bodies out of the flames.
Elijah, right? But be gentle. No one should have to go through what he did last night.
I can't think of anything else.
Nor can I. Well then, best of luck.